Today we're talking about personal branding. And a lot of people, they talk about personal branding and they don't really know what it is. It sounds like a good thing. And I want to break down what personal branding is, why it's important, what are we going to do with it in terms of using it to specifically make money for our agencies, and show you how everything that we've done so far in the first 13 weeks has been building up for today's episode. Does that sound good? And then we'll move to the whiteboard and we'll start doing some fun exercises. So first off, for all of our friends here, tell me in the chat, what is your definition of a personal brand? Because that's what we're talking about today. And if you don't know, that's okay. Say, I don't know. I want to know, what do you guys think? What's being recognizable, says Christian, what the world sees, how people perceive you, an emblem of trust, being known, what you're known for, trusted, reputation. Yep, John, yep. Jerry, Janice, Elaine, Michael. Wow, okay. How you present yourself, your authentic self, rich, values, reputation, perception, okay. Public image, international promotion, influence personally, says Edward. Reflection of your why, says Teresa, very good. Those are all good reasons for personal brand. Influencing community, awesome. Who you are. Okay, now question number 2 is, why does having a personal brand matter? Let me know let me know in the chat here. Why does it? Yep, helps people identify with you, social proof, builds trust, informs people. Yep, authority, invest in yourself. Yep, Nate, Mohammed, Josh, April, David Brown, yeah, reputation. Now, yeah, oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, creates a name. Can you guys see the comments? This is all good stuff coming in. Okay, so would we all agree that personal branding is important? But maybe we haven't heard. Yes? Okay. Is anyone, based on our discussion here so far, is anyone not sure if personal branding is something? Because you might, you know what, I'm not trying to become very Gary Vaynerchuk. You know, it's not about me. I'm just behind the scenes and I do the work. Is anyone like not really sure about personal branding? And there's a difference between not knowing what to do and not feeling like you're good enough, or not feeling like you know enough, or you don't like your skills on camera, or like maybe people think the idea of a personal brand is you need to have like a book and you need to be a speaker. I'm not talking about whether you're capable. I'm talking about, let me know here in the chat if you believe that personal branding is something that's important for you to do to grow your agency from a business standpoint, to get more clients, to be able to close more. Yes, okay. Is anyone kind of like, I'm not really sure if it's valuable? That's separate from whether I know how to do it. Is it valuable? Yes, Kathy, extremely valuable. Okay, John, 100%. Okay, you guys agree it's valuable? Okay. All right, who's drawing on the board here? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yep, okay, good. Now, check this out. I'm going to go through 2 documents and then we're going to go to the whiteboard, okay? Let me know, what do you see on the screen here besides these little blue, do you see these little blue lines someone drew on the board here? Okay. All right, we're going to go through these 2 presentations, and I'm warning you, there's a lot of homework outside of today. You'll see. So we always teach by example, right? We're never just like telling you what we heard someone else say. So in this case, I'm showing you my personal brand. And everything that I'm doing is something that you can do too. I don't like it when people show off something like how I made $1 million in 15 minutes. And you watch their webinar and you find out it's because they sent an email to their list of 10 million people. Well, I don't have a list of 10 million people, so I can't exactly follow that recipe, can I? This recipe the recipes we're talking about today are things that you can do. Okay, look, all along in Conquer Local Academy, we've been building a content library. We've been making little videos. We've been saying thank you. We've been building our influence. We've been collecting reviews. We've been doing lightweight things with video. We've been maybe interviewing other people or sharing knowledge. And these are all inputs that, whether you know it or not, you've been using towards building your personal brand. We have been going through these exercises intentionally because all of these items are coming into your personal brand. And then over here on the right side, they become outputs to your website, to your social media, to your Instagram, to all these other places. You guys follow me? Everything that we're putting together is actually in building your personal brand. And that's because your personal brand is not what you say about yourself. It's what others are saying about you. That's right, Ling, it's a chicken or the egg. It actually, to build a personal brand, it is getting other people in the community to be able to endorse you. So as you are creating these assets here in the red, as you are in the purple, defining your why and talking about what's important to you and your mission and your strategy, which is your goals, content, and targeting, that's resulting in more asset production that then you are pushing out there to these different places. That includes your what, which then drives into amplification, which is getting more. So you guys know already that we're working with figureheads, lighthouses that are the top dentists, the top mortgage brokers, the top chiropractors, the top in all these other categories where they have thousands of others of the same category. They're a lighthouse. So Sean Dill has 700 chiropractors that follow him in his group, paying members. Glenvo has 20,000 dentists. He's a dentist. He's got 20,000 dentists. We're building their brands because that is driving more stuff to you, okay? If you're new and you haven't been with us on this journey so far, you might be wondering, well, why are we going through these exercises? Because when you're qualified and you're able to do these particular items, like you're able to run a snapshot report, you're able to do a 1-minute video, you're able to talk to a client about their video strategy, maybe you don't know how to edit video, then we're going to then give you clients. I don't know of any other place that will give you the clients, right? We're not just training you, we will give you the clients. Okay, so anyway, back to personal branding. A lot of people think personal branding is being famous. That's not it at all, right? So what I've done is show that, okay, I've spoken on stage, I've been on TV, all these. Yeah, Ling says, yeah, thank you, appreciate you, Ling. I love you showing up every week. I actually look at the comments and I see everyone else. I see what you guys are saying. If you're not in the group, by the way, in the Facebook group for Conquer Local Academy, you need to be there because that's where we're getting stuff done. Don't just, this is like showing up at church on Sunday. Don't just go to church on Sunday. You need to, be a Christian or a Jew or whatever, be that every day, right? Not just on Saturday or Sunday. Okay, so what makes for a powerful personal brand is not just the execution of these assets, but having them be high authority. And you guys remember we had one session 2 weeks ago, I think it was episode, was it 12? On scoring authority, right? Where we're looking at authority by the why, the how, and the who, not the why, how, and what. I know that seems like the 3-layer funnel, but who is it with, where is it being said, and what are you saying about it? So the highest authority, where is whatever industry or lighthouse or group you're looking to dominate, who do they respect, right? Who is it with? Who are those people that have the most authority, like here? And then what is being said? Are you showing something that is repeatable, a checklist that's step-by-step that you're publishing, right? So the highest authority, which is 30 points out of 30 points, is where you have someone like, the head of digital marketing for Dell interview you on how you do social media marketing, and step-by-step you show how to do something, and you do it on the keynote stage in front of a couple thousand people, right? But not everything has to be 30 points. It could be, as we saw before, something that might only be 10 or 15 points because it's someone who's of medium reputation. It's on your blog. And it was just interviewing them about what they're having for lunch. Well, not the highest authority content, but it's something, right? Okay. Now you can see I've got all these different assets because we're teaching from example, right? So I've got all the stuff. I've got the testimonial. So for example, for me and Blitz Metrics, we do a lot of training, especially young adults and then not so young adults because of things like COVID-19, you know, training them up. And we have, you know, things from like Dr. Karen Freeberg. And why is she authoritative for my personal brand? Because we work with lots of other universities. So when other university professors see, here's what Karen Freeberg has to say, and the programs that we have. And here, like I'll show you. Check this out. So if we come here to my Facebook and look at these notifications. Look, Sean Dill just mentioned me in a comment in Black Diamond Club. Black Diamond Club is a paying membership for chiropractors. This just happened 1 minute ago. I could not have faked this, right? And let's see, what did he have to say? He said, I've not seen it. Could be bad, right? You never know, right? That's the risk of these kinds of things. He says, be sure to dive into your membership and watch those Dennis Yu videos. Okay, awesome, right? Because he's actively promoting what we're talking about. It's great for his community, and it's going to be great for you guys, as you'll see in a minute. Robert mentioned me in Conquer Local Academy. Let's see, what did Robert say? Because after this, I always go through all your comments. Oh, join as a person. Don't join as a page. You see this one page wants to join? Don't do that. And I posted this 6 hours ago. Hungry and determined. Yeah, PhD, positive, hungry, and determined. It used to be that it was, what was it? If you don't mind the profanity, you know, there's BS, MS, and PhD. Bullshit, more shit, and piled high and deep. Have you heard that before? Okay, so earlier this morning, I posted, I promised you last week, poser, hater, degree, says Wes. Oh, that's awesome. Earlier this morning, because last week I said who in the group is really like needs clients right now, needs to make money right now. This is what you need to do if you want to make money right now. We're still editing the video, but if you just want to watch it now, I just put it here, right? On how you can do this. Okay. So anyway, I'm just showing you that when you put stuff out here. Oh, here's another one. Check this out. I'll just play this one real quick. You guys know Peter Griffin? You ever guys watch Family Guy? Devin, I know you saw this. Check this out.
Congratulating George on recording the 333rd episode of your Conquer Local podcast. Freaking sweet. I hear that you teach local agencies how to help struggling local businesses. I think that's fantastic. And one of my favorite restaurants anyway is this local ramen place on Long Island, New York called Slur. Freaking sweet.
Isn't that awesome? Hey, let me know in the comments how much, or where did that come from, and how much do you think I paid for it? Let me know, how much was that? It was free? No. Cameo, says Mitch. Yeah, it was $20 on Cameo. $50 says Stuart, $0, $150. Yeah, you guys know that we do a lot of Cameo for fun, right? So you can see that I've been browsing through these different creators. Some of these people are actually really big. Like, check this out. Who's this? Alicia Castro, $10. Some of these TikTok people, some of these people that are, who is this? Nathan DiMaggio, $3. The heck is this? Nathan DiMaggio. And what is it, TikTok? Is that who this guy is on TikTok? Oh, anyway, you can like see who they are, right? Some of these people, they have millions of followers and you can buy them for like $3. It's crazy, right? And then, let's see, why is this thing not loading properly? They'll make pretty cool videos. Or let's see, what's this one? I'll just grab these random people just for fun. Oh, here's one. Aiden Williams for $5, right? You get anybody you think that has a big audience, and it just could be, just ask them, you know, ask them a fun question. Look at this guy here. All right. By the way, what we're doing here is we're bootstrapping authority. If you don't have authority, if you don't have a big audience, if you can't get on stage at TNC and speak, then just use someone else's audience. This guy's got 32 million likes and 1 million followers on TikTok. And I can get his attention. I can get him, or whoever these people are, I can get him for like $5. Is that not attention arbitrage or what? Does not fit into our authority game? Absolutely does, right? Let me know, have you guys, and by the way, I have no like affiliate whatever relationship with Cameo. I just think it's a lot of fun. There's also another one called Starsona, who's a competitor of Cameo. It's like Coke and Pepsi. Hey, let me know in the comments, have you used Cameo before? Just say Cameo if you've used this. Stuart says attention arbitrage. It has, right? Yeah, even if you're poor, you can spend $5 or $10. Look, there's some guy who does the ukulele. What is this person? Reality TV? Asia Ray, what is this? Fire eating? Hey guys, it's Asia Ray, the fire eater and sword swallower. What the heck is this? AMC Freak Show, have you heard of her? Oh, what's the one I wanted to play? There's one I wanted to show you. That's why I went over here. Do you guys know Chuck Norris? Ha, check this out.
First, you got when I realized Peter Griffin here. Congratulating George on.
Oh no, that's not the one. Oh, you know what? I think I closed the tab. I bought 3 of them from Chuck Norris because I'm going to reuse it. Okay, let me just close that one. Oh, you guys said, oh, Stuart says, I had Debbie Gibson talk about all the great things my client was doing to support the community during the COVID shutdown. Stuart, tell me what happened with that. So when you posted that, or have you posted it? What have you done with it? Yeah, David asked, what do you do with these Cameo videos? Stuart, tell us what you did. Tell everyone what you did. Or actually, can we put Stuart on? Can we, because I'm not admin on this thing. Can we put Stuart on to share his video? Stuart says, I sent to the client, they posted to their social.
Yeah, Stuart, are you in the meeting? You should be able to unmute yourself here.
Can we show his video, or is that not here? Camera's on my laptop. Okay, fine. Can you? Yeah, Stuart, I want to hear what you have to say. Tell everybody. What do you do with it? Or maybe come back in the chat and let us know when you're ready. If you have some AV issues. I have that kind of stuff all the time too. Okay. Oh, look, here's another one. This is the Starsona one. You guys remember William Hung, this guy who sucks really, really bad at singing? So I can get him to sing for me for $99. Or here, recording of me sing, no, $20. Here, just to show you. Like I'm a bad Asian singer, but I think he's even worse than me. I think that's what made him so funny. William Hung. Do you remember this? Here, I'll just put on part of this. Yeah, he's the one that made the dance. All right, okay.
And I currently study at UC Berkeley right now.
Now listen to him sing.
You lit it fuse and I'm ticking away like a bomb. Yeah, baby. Talk to me. Tell me your sign. You're switching sides like a Gemini.
Is that cringy or what? You guys remember him? You remember this guy? Oh, yeah, Angelica says, you remember he wouldn't sing She Bangs. Oh, he wouldn't? He wouldn't sing for you? I'll get him to sing for us. Because we've got him here, right here. 20 bucks. I'll get him to sing for me for 30 seconds. Okay, he's trying to be professional now. You know what? A donkey will never turn into a unicorn. It's still a donkey. All right, let's go back here. So you're building your personal brand because other people are helping you build it. And it could be people that are famous in different areas or have authority. The key is they have some kind of authority. Authority because of who they are, authority because of where it's being said, and authority because of what they're talking about. Now remember, even if it's not what, like a lot of people think that in the world of digital marketing, you have to constantly be authoritative about digital. You know, maybe like I'm talking about how do you generate traffic, and my buddy Russell Brunson wrote a book, and I have the copy of this book before you do, right? Because he sent it to me. And that might be high authority. But the higher authority actually comes from your relationships. It actually comes from the other places that you are, and it's not necessarily based on doing digital marketing. So when you start putting together your topic wheel, remember we talked about the why, how, and the what? You have the why videos on the outside. Little things about things that are meaningful, stories. That's actually driving more authority than showing people, showing local business owners, like, here's how you rank better in the Google 3-pack, right? Let me ask you a question here in the comments. Let me know, of the local businesses that you currently have as clients or could have as clients, do you think they really know or care how good you are at PPC or SEO or digital marketing or Facebook ads or building landing pages? Do they know? Do they care? Can they even tell? No, that's right. They want results. They don't care. They don't know. Someone said, yes, they do care. Who is that? Really? They don't know. They can't tell whether you're competent or not. Results. They just want the results. That's right. So what I'm going to show you how deep inception goes. Now this one thing is going to cause your mind to probably shift. And if it doesn't, let me know. If we agree that your personal brand is based on authority, and authority is based on items that are beyond just having knowledge in the area. It's perceived authority more than actually having expertise. I'm not saying go out and fake it. I'm not saying con people. I'm not saying represent knowledge that you don't have, or deceiving people. I'm not saying that. But if we agree that perceived authority is important and the client doesn't know enough and doesn't want to know how to set up digital plumbing and Google Tag Manager and marketing pixels step by step, then all you need for authority is something like this, your digital marketing book, right? With your name and your picture on it. All you really need is a video. I'll interview you for 5 minutes about whatever you want, right? And that creates implied endorsement because you're with someone who does a lot of digital marketing, right? Or other people, or the Cameo thing, or whatever it is. So I'm gonna continue here just for like 2 more minutes, and we're gonna go to the whiteboard and do some exercises. Now look, I've been building out my topic wheel, my personal brand, right? Because it's me, because anytime I'm interviewing somebody or I've written an article, even if it's not about me, because I'm associated, me, it has me involved, right? Just like with you. Just like when you're doing something nice in the community and you're buying that gift card, it's got your fingerprints on it and people see that, right? So when you have lots of content out here that ties back to people that are in your topic wheel, that ties back to topics, then it goes to you selling stuff, which is that 1-hour video that I posted in the Conquer Local Facebook group earlier today. This is the what, right? This is people buying from you. If you're an agency, your biggest issue is probably that you need to drive more sales. Well, that's your what. Come buy from me, come hire me, come buy my package, whatever it is they're selling. Call me, right? Let's get on a Skype, whatever it is, right? You need people to buy from you. The content shows that you're someone who has authority with someone who already has some authority in whatever the area is. Ideally, it ties back to your topic. And then from your topic, so that goes to the how you get stuff done. So I love asking other people who are successful, how did you do this one thing? Because I'm not asking them to endorse me because maybe I've never met them before. But that how then rubs off personal authority for me, which then I can remarket over here. And remarketing is anyone who's been to my website, been to my Facebook, been to my LinkedIn, give me an email address. Remarketing is nothing more than if I've had one contact with somebody, can I have another contact with them? And it's not just ads. So if I'm not saying just go like text everyone in your address book like crazy. That's technically remarketing because it's your marketing. Again, you are remarketing to them, right? So when you're driving people through these phases, this is what you're doing. Okay. So this is my personal brand. It goes through my why, how, and what. It goes through examples. You can click on, when this is done, you can click through this and you can see here, for example, there's a link here to watch this first, and it goes to a video where I explain how this document fits. I explain this file cabinet of the personal brand manager and how the things fit together. And I know we went really fast and I didn't cover all the different pieces here because that would be another 8-hour webinar and we don't have time for that. So that's what this is. Go through this later. Second is this. This is our personal branding course. I want you to go to this. Yes, we're sharing it. By the way, if you guys are new here, you guys know that every time we're teaching something, there is a backup document or guide on how to do it. Because some people, they just learn better by going through, old people like me, we like to read books, right? And those of us who are younger, who are under 40, by the way, young is anyone who's younger than me. I'm 45. Anyone who's younger, maybe they like to watch videos. By the way, don't tell me how old you are. I think that would be illegal, right? I know, I guess in hiring that would be illegal. And here we can say how old we are, right? Okay, so there's a course here and it is 142 pages. Can you guys see this? Type it in 142 if you can see how many pages this is. Yeah, okay. And don't ever say that there's no documentation on how we do stuff. Some people will actually say that. They'll say like, Dennis covered all this stuff and he doesn't have any documentation. What planet have you been living on? We teach from example. Did you guys know that before the coronavirus shutdown, I got to have dinner with the Queen in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia? Isn't that nuts? Yeah, Shelly saw that. And this, would you agree this is a high authority thing? Right? Have you ever posed next to somebody important? Do you have a picture of you and someone else that's important? I can tell you the whole story behind it. You might be thinking, like, when you see this picture, you might be thinking like, wow, what's Dennis doing with this person? Does he have like some inside connections? Or if you've never met me, you might think, dang, this guy might be interesting, might be worth talking about. Oh, Virginia met Jamie Foxx. Yeah, Jerica saw this in the DM course. Ling saw, yeah, Richard Branson, that's good. But don't you think it's so much better if you actually have videos with, I have tons of videos with her too, like dancing and stuff like that. It's a Muslim country, so you can't touch them, and there's certain, but there's still like things of her and I singing karaoke and hanging out and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll show the videos. If we have a little time, I'll show these later. But the point is, I'm just starting off the conversation, right? Other people might be cynical and say, oh, it must be like a deep fake, or it's a wax museum. No, I actually was there with her in Kuala Lumpur, right? I had shared jelly beans with Ronald Reagan one time, says Bruce. Wow, that is awesome. Catherine met Dan Aykroyd and Ringo Starr. Dang, that is awesome. So in this 142-page course, I want you to take a look at this later, but I want you to understand that you've been doing personal branding all along, but we haven't called it personal branding because we didn't want to taint it. Tainting it would be, look at me, I'm important, look at my Lamborghini. I was gonna rent a Lamborghini, and from a friend's, actually I have friends who have Rolls's and Lamborghinis and all those things and mansions, and just for fun, like, borrow those stuff for a day and like make funny videos, just to mock all those other people that think personal branding is your lifestyle. And look, I made 6 figures last month. You know what? I've had days where I've made 6 figures. You ever see me boast about that? Because it's not a recipe you can follow, right? Because it was a connection I have that you don't have. And that might make me look good, but really it's just pissing on you because I need to show you stuff that you can do, right? Okay, so look, we're talking about amplifying authority, taking the moments of you and Ronald Reagan with jelly beans, and you talk about that, you put in your topic wheel, you build out your network, you package out these things into your 3x3 grid, you can create a book against it. So you see, as I'm mousing over this, I have VAs, that was what, episode 4 or 5, VAs to be able to do, edit these videos and do all these things, being on stage with ZZ Top, holy moly, you guys are awesome. David Brown says, what if we don't have pics or videos with anybody? That's okay. Just order some on Cameo, hit up people on Twitter. There's lots of ways to do it in a non-douchey way. Someone who's in your topic wheel, you can buy their book and read it, and then make a 1-minute video review about how you like that book, send it to them. They'll either think you're crazy or they'll give you a shout out. Usually they'll give you a shout out, right? What if it's like 15 years ago? Even better. You'll see there's tons of pictures from Steve Young. There's pictures and videos of me from 20 years ago when I had hair, right? From American Airlines. Here, I'll show you. If it was 20 years ago, so, let's see. Mentor. Here we go. So here's to Steve Young's question. So this is from one of my mentors who was the CEO of American Airlines, Al Casey. And this is a piece of paper that he gave me, and I've treasured it. And I posted this a few years ago, and I said, 21 years ago, my mentor gave me this. He was the CEO of American Airlines. I will forever cherish this like gold and share it with anyone who's starting their first job. Oh, Ling says, I downloaded this paper. Yeah, a lot of people have. And this is so impactful that, see, I'm being thankful. 814 likes, 160 comments, 128 shares, right? And the beauty of having something in your greatest hits is that you can amplify it all over the place. You keep resharing it, and I'll even come here. And you guys that have seen me do this for a while know that what I'll do is I'll take something that's a hit and I'll say, hey, I still treasure this today. Who is a mentor in your life? See, now I'm bringing it back. See? And then I can take this and I can cross-post it. I can go to Twitter for my company page or for my personal page or whatever, and I'll tweet this. In this case, I'll tweet from Blitz Metrics, but I can tweet from whatever, and I'll say, mentors save you pain and headache. It's the ultimate cheat. And then there, I'm just pasting that, right? There it is. I should probably just upload the photo. Sharing a Facebook thing to Twitter is like driving into a BMW dealership with a Mercedes. Posting a YouTube video on Facebook is like the same kind of thing. You want to upload YouTube videos to YouTube, upload things natively, right? Yeah, start giving up an old post new life, says Renee. So I'm taking things that are in my, here, look at this. Ryan Dice. Here's stuff from Ryan Dice. Oh, look, how Isaac Irvine got 70 million views on his Facebook video, including a step-by-step guide. Oh, says this guy, King Sazib. Is this guy a king? He's only got 6,000. I don't think maybe his name is King. I'll give it a like, right? So all the things that you're doing, by the way, you don't have to meet all these people in person. And it'd be stuff from a long time ago. We go through the whole thing here on how you take your content, how you organize it by authority, how you create inception, different kinds of content, like all this stuff is in here, right? Oh, here, I'll just go back a little bit here. Personal branding starts with why, Simon Sinek, right? You guys seen that? Let me know. Start with why, yes? Type in why if you know about the why and why the why is so important, right? So these are my goals from, were these my goals? Oh no, this is someone else's goals from a year ago, right? And they're talking about their personal, physical, and professional goals and short, medium, long term. Yeah, why? That's right. And so your goals, your mission, and your meaning translate into who you want to engage with and how you're building perceived authority. Do you remember this, Devin? We were at Traffic and Conversion Summit, and here I am, I'm speaking on stage. I like to walk right up to the very tiptoe end of the stage. Look, there's a TNC logo with the two like neon green and red signs. But so here's for example, how I'm building inception. So if I know that my topics are, they could be any topics, and you can change this all the time, but let's say it's social media and digital, and I know who the top people are, and I have the communities here, and I've interviewed these other folks. Oh, podcasting is so easy right now. You know the easiest way to get people to spend 20 or 30 minutes with you, even if you're nobody, is you just say you have a podcast. And so then, there's topics I care about, and I get on their podcast, or I bring them onto my podcast. I just started a podcast. The last thing I want to do is do podcasting. Are you kidding? But I'm like, I get to interview Chandler Bolt on his book, or Cole Hatter, or Bradley, or George Leith, or the head of digital for, MGM Resorts and what they're doing about coronavirus. Or, yeah, I'd love to get half an hour and create content with them. But in order for them to be willing to give me time, I have to say I have a podcast, right? If I just said, oh, I just like to, chat with you for half an hour and pick your brain, like, I don't have time for that. You say, I have a podcast. Oh, okay, right? As long as you can show like your podcast there's a few things you can do if you just started it to make your podcast look like it's legit, even if it doesn't have any traffic, right? And that is to boost your most recent post and let them see that you had, you know, a lot of views on it or something like that, right? Even if it's just the one, because they won't look any further than the one. I can tell you this because I've done it many times for other people. So you take these different areas of influence. So in this case here, you know, maybe I care about entrepreneurship or the military because I served, or health and fitness, or like whatever it is. And I see who these different people are as part of my topic wheel. And I look at where they intersect. And all of these intersections, for example, Ed Milet is a friend of mine, and he is a figurehead in health and fitness and social media marketing and entrepreneurship, right? Fantastic. Now I can start to cross promote between these different topics. So then I'm building out power in my topic wheel. When I was at Fiverr, and you know their headquarters is in Tel Aviv. A lot of people think Fiverr is an American company. They're such a big company. They have offices all over the world. Isn't that crazy? And you know, I wear their shirt. I've got courses on Fiverr too. We have a personal branding course. I think it's $58 on Fiverr. You're getting it for free right now, by the way. And I'm wearing their shirt and I'm promoting Fiverr. And then what is Fiverr doing? Remember, you're leveraging other people's brands. That's what the whole point of authority is. So when you type in Fiverr and Dennis Yu, what do you get? All these things, these courses and videos. And you don't get my Fiverr gigs. I'm not saying sell things on Fiverr. I'm saying and I'm not saying Fiverr in particular. I'm just using Fiverr as an example. See, look, here's this whole course, $58, view this course. And by the way, if you want to make a course, that's easy. If you're here together with me, you can build a course. Of course, having a nice DSLR, a nice camera, and some decent lighting and this sort of thing is what makes it sort of nicer. But this is actually really easy to do, right? Oh, look, I have 22 reviews now, 4.8. That means somebody didn't give me a 5. Huh. I can even give you a script for all this stuff. But anyway, all this stuff is to build perceived authority, and we go step by step. Okay, so there's 142 pages. I want you to go through this whole thing later, okay? And understand how everything you're doing builds into personal branding, and how personal branding is you sharing and promoting other people. Look, I'm promoting Susan Sly's book and how awesome it is, right? I'm promoting Amy Delarty, and I love her background, that sunset beachy looking thing. That's amazing, right? I'm promoting Karen Kent because she's still using that nice lighting from the side that she did last time in that cool red shirt, right? I'm watching you. Okay, so those are the 2 documents. You can ask questions in the group. We'll go through that stuff a little bit later. Oh, look, this is a fun one. Look, this is 159 pages, and this is from my buddy Kieran, who's going to come join us on the show in a few weeks. And this guy is the founder of Geared Social. So he's an agency owner. He's 20 years old. And if he can do this, by the way, you can do this. And it's called Geared Social because this guy serves automotive shops. So if I look at this guy on Instagram, you're going to see him driving sports cars. You're going to see him hanging out with people who have fancy lifestyles because he's got all the latest stuff with, he's usually got something going on with the story. Let's see if we can look at his stories real quick. Usually his stuff will pop up. Let's see whose stories we can get. Jake, Jordan, Josh. Oh, Josh Snow. This is our guy who runs Snow, the teeth whitening. Look at how many stories he has. Holy moly. Every one of these things. That means in the last 24 hours, he's made like 15 of these things.
I was just thinking,
look, he's interviewing other people.
We're going to have the best time with this guy. It's like one of the
Okay. Let's see if I can get, Kieran's usually posting stuff. Let's see, Aniko, Cocoon, Ali Beloy, John Troutman, who's a real estate king. I've interviewed most of these people. New York Marketing Association. Oh, where is he? Kieran O'Brien. There he is. He doesn't have a blue check mark. You don't need to have one. Don't think it even matters. But look at what he's been posting. That's kind of cool. He's got a, what is this? Is this a Lamborghini? Do you guys know about cars? This looks like a fancy car. Anyone that has doors that goes like this, that means it's a fancy car, isn't it? I don't know anything about cars. I just get in cars. Some of my friends, they have these cars that are like this, and they're really hard to get into for people like me because you have to crouch down. I'm not used to crouching down. And then they have these weird places where it's hard to start the car. You have to press a button in a weird place. It's like, why did they make this car so hard to drive? I don't understand. It's a McLaren? Okay, see, shows you what I know, right? And so he's made a great business by, look, he's traveling. I was in the Grand Canyon. Look, it doesn't matter that it was 3,000 likes. Where is this giant teddy bear? There's his girlfriend, Avery Sly, who is the daughter of Susan Sly. And so he's serving people in the auto industry. He's got a great business because whenever he puts stuff out like this, you know, he's associating with these other people. Is this my house? Or is this someone else's house? Oh, that's someone else's house. It looks like my backyard. He's here all the time. And I can share pictures of stuff with him and all. So he's, you know, just sharing moments of his life, and he's sharing car stuff because that's his agency. And then we created this thing, social media marketing agency university, and we've taken our training and we've skinned it. Have you seen this before, right? Awareness, consideration, conversion, goals, content, and targeting. Have you seen all this stuff? Yeah, how do you create audiences? How do you find a lighthouse client? You remember that? Yeah, you guys, if you've seen episode, was it 1, 2, or 3 here in Conquer Local Academy, you've seen this. So what have we done to bootstrap his authority? We just put a course together. We teach the topic wheel, we talk about figureheads, and the difference is that we have then turned this into a course. Look, this is precarious. I wouldn't take a picture like this. This looks dangerous. Holy moly. If you fall, I think you're a goner. I think that's it. Don't take pictures like this, okay? There's a lot of people, there's a lot of stuff on Instagram where it's like selfies gone bad or something like that. Yeah, Bruce says he's only 20 years old. He's a prodigy. Look, he's wearing Funnel Hacker, which is Russell Brunson's thing. All right. Now we are going to switch cameras, and I want to go to exercises with you. Hey, let me know in the chat, is it okay if we go a little bit over like 15 or 20 minutes? I know we have only 15 minutes left. And if you need to run to another meeting, that's fine too. Okay. Because I really want to make sure you guys are getting value here. And I know I got sidetracked because I always find interesting things. Okay. Now we're going to move to the camera. Okay. All right, here we go. Can you guys see me here? Give me a holler. Yeah? Okay, I'm gonna turn the screen actually.
Yeah,
okay.
We can see you, Dennis.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna do one thing here. Just so I can see you, I'm gonna move you onto the TV. I've got like 5 TVs here, and if you guys want, I'll show you how this looks. There we go. All right. I want you to get out a piece of paper, like a regular piece of paper, and I want you to do this. Draw this box with 6 columns. It means 5 lines, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I want you to map out 6 topics, 3 personal and 3 that are professional. So you could say, for example, digital marketing, right? You could say, for example, that you really like Amy, you like the beaches maybe, right? Or you like to play golf, or you like, you know, your kids and going to the parks, or you like personal branding, or you like chiropractors, or, you know, whatever it is. Choose a mix of these topics. Choose 6 topics. We're starting with 6 topics. Let me know how you guys are doing on these 6 topics. Now, while you're filling it out, I'm going to keep explaining. Then I want you to start mapping out the people. So who are 3 people that have perceived authority in that particular topic? And they don't have to be well known. The beauty of this is that, remember, authority can come from 3 different areas: from who they are, from where it's being said, and from what's being said. And so there are a lot of people that are experts that people don't really know who they are. Like my friend Alex Lightman was Obama's medical advisor. And this guy's telling me what's going on with coronavirus and all kinds of things in China. And not many people really know who this guy is. So I'm able to leverage his authority like I've been on his podcast. The guy is like 10 times my IQ, crazy smart, but he's not that well known, but he's got super high knowledge in a particular area. And I bet you, if you go niche enough in any one of these areas that you choose, it's easy to find the people that have deep expertise, but maybe aren't as well known. And that's basically knowledge arbitrage, if you follow me on that, okay? So have you figured out who or what these 6 topics are? And then have you started to put people's names in here? And by the way, if you're putting, like I'll put in Ryan Dice, right? They don't have to be people that you know. If you know them, even better, right? And if you met them a long time ago, yeah.
There's a good question in the chat. Kurt Owen is just wondering, how specific should you get with these topics in this grid? Should you have something like digital marketing, or should you go specific like Facebook ads?
That's a good question. You actually are one step ahead of me. If you know somebody who is authoritative in that area, then that actually allows you to expand how big that topic is. But this is, by the way, the biggest mistake that we see when people start out this mapping, which is really building our topic wheel, is that they end up putting people like Richard Branson or Elon Musk or these sorts of people, right? And that's because their topic is too big. If you're putting in these super famous people here that are very hard to get a hold of, then your topic is too big. Unless you are big enough that you can call up these people and they will answer your phone call, then your topic is too big. So try to narrow it down a little bit. So digital marketing, I can actually do digital marketing because I know most of the people who are authoritative in digital marketing. And by the way, if you need an introduction and you are a paying member of the Vendasta platform, I will make connections for you, okay? I'm here for you, but Vendasta is also paying for this. You guys are not paying for this training. Vendasta is paying for it. So if you are also giving back and you are a Vendasta, you're a paying member, even if it's $42 a month on the starter subscription, which gives you a crazy platform. We're going to talk about that platform in other sessions. I will help you out, right? I want to see you grow. We use the Vendasta platform. So you could break digital marketing into 2 or 3 topics. You could break it down, like Kurt said, into Facebook ads, into email marketing, into whatever it is. But what you want to do is have your topic wheel be balanced. So when you build out your topic wheel, remember there's your what, there's your 6 topics, and then there's the people that are associated with it. So this is what we're doing. You're going to take this 3x6 and you're going to remap it into this is your topic wheel. You follow me on that? That's what we're doing. We're taking this and we're translating it into this. And the reason why is this is your personal brand. Your personal brand, remember, is what other people have to say about you. It is not your lifestyle. It is not that you're trying to, be a peacock and show your feathers. It's that you are systematically, intentionally mapping your knowledge. So let's say that, but by the way, your topics they don't have to be unique. Let's say I care about my kids, right? I don't have any kids. Well, I have several hundred kids, depending on how you look at it. I just skipped the infant stage. And you get the thing with Debbie Gibson. And I ask her a question, hey, Debbie, tell me about a childhood thing in your life, or whatever it was, and somehow it's on this particular topic. Now I've been able to get an asset here that I can use. Once I have an asset out here, then that opens up all kinds of opportunity for me, okay? Because initially, I'm populating this with, and I'll just use colors so you can see I've got all these different colors. Initially, I'm just trying to put content in here. That's why I'm making like 15-second videos. And it could be you starting it out initially, you talking about these topics, you interviewing someone who's a chiropractor, if that's the group that you want to be in your lighthouse. You're just making lots of videos here. And you're posting them on Facebook and Instagram and wherever it is. And then what's going to happen is that some of these will kind of tend to do well. And you put $1 a day against it, right? Or maybe you don't have any traffic at all and you just boost all these ones for $1 a day for 7 days. So it's $7 on Facebook, right? You can boost on Twitter too. I don't recommend it. And some of these will start to win. And as they start to win, you're going to put more power against it. We know that 90% of your experiments are going to fail. No offense. 90% of mine fail too. 90% of everyone's stuff fails. It just somehow just seems to be like that. I don't know why, it just is, okay? But some of them will just seem to take off. And we've had some, and it doesn't mean it takes off like it gets, 50 million views, but one of these will do well. And that'll be so good that you'll just keep expanding and putting money on it. It keeps running. And then it drives people further into that topic. Why? Because you're setting up remarketing audiences. Why? Because you're collecting email address. Why? Because they're more likely to read your articles. And then this starts building this, and everything next to it kind of gets infected by that one piece. This is kind of like the opposite of social distancing. When you have one piece of content that's really kicking butt, it's going to infect the rest of your topic wheel. And if you've built out your topic wheel in the right way, going from why to how to what, then what happens is that you're building up power, initial power, in this outside layer. And this outside layer, which is called the why, drives it into this middle layer, the middle of the donut, which is the how, and into the middle, which is the what, which is where you're buying, or people are buying from you. So people know who you are, they see that you're knowledgeable, and then they buy from you. That is your personal brand. But in order for this framework to work, you've got to create the assets. So let me know, how are you doing in terms of mapping out these 6 topics, which then becomes these 6 topics here, and then attaching people to these, which are like the sprinkles, if you will, on the outside. How are you doing against this? Where are you stuck you have too many topics? A topic's so big, you don't know if you should break it into 2 or 3 topics. You're not really sure why you should use some personal topics instead of just strictly email marketing and SEO and local listings and dentists, and yes, do the business stuff too, remember, but your authority comes from these other things as well. So tell me, how are you doing in mapping out these items? And don't worry about trying to be perfect. You can certainly adjust it over time, because whatever, for some reason, I really like Peter Griffin and this one's working really well. Okay, awesome. I'll just do more stuff with Peter Griffin. Like this Peter Griffin thing is so awesome. I just started it yesterday for fun, that I had to make a dozen other videos. And you'll see, and if you're watching this on the replay, you'll see these videos from Peter Griffin that will say, hey guys, welcome to Conquer Local Academy. Dennis here wanted to let me know, but let you know that blah, blah, or, hey guys, Peter Griffin here. Where's your 1-minute video? That's the best I can do for a Long Island accent, right? And so we've sequenced these. We've taken, Peter Griffin content, and I've built sequences against it that only trigger when something's happened. Like maybe they become a client of yours and you sold them a quick audit, which is a white labeled Vendasta snapshot report, which you pay $2 for, but you sell for $97 because you package a little expertise. And here's the report, right? It's got these 6 things where we're grading your local business on your reviews, on your SEO, on your website, on your social, on like all these 6 categories. And then a Peter Griffin or a friend say, hey, Dennis is excited to see you. Congratulations on getting your quick audit or snapshot report or social scorecard or whatever. You can call it whatever you want, right? Your local audit, whatever you want to call it. And then you just have these different videos that are sequenced by these other sorts of people. You can even get me to do it. I stay up late in the studio. You probably look at the timestamps. There's often a clock in the back. You'll see I'm up until, I was up until 6 this morning, each of the last 3 days making videos for you guys. I want to see you guys grow. I'll even make videos here along the way, right? Because it's building your authority here on the outside. You're sequencing it to knowledge, and then it comes into the what. And like you saw with Kieran, we'll literally take these things like this. By the way, if you don't have this, let me know. If you want, oh, this is heavy. This is how you lift weights. You go like this. You do like squats. You can go like this. It's really good. Get the glutes going, right? This is 1,200 pages. This is what we're operating out of. Let me ask you, if you have something like this and you share that with clients, or you make videos with this, and let's say this has your face on it, your beautiful face on it, and it's skinned as yours, just like we skinned it for Kieran. and you start making videos out of this, even if you don't have a studio, you just do it on your iPhone. You have your wife hold the iPhone or whatever. What does that, tell me in the comments, what does that do for your authority, your perceived authority? And what does it do for your actual authority? What does it do for the likelihood that people will hire you for the packages and services that you have? And how does that fit into your personal brand? Let me know. How much effort do you think it takes? This is how you bootstrap authority. You can literally take your knowledge and you can turn it into a book about anything. So you make a 1-hour webinar on 10 different ways that you can stay relevant during the coronavirus, whatever, right? Actually, don't use coronavirus because that tends to be like this trigger word that gets people all messed up. But you know, like during a crisis, or 10 really cool meals that you can cook for your kids, even if you suck at cooking. Okay, so you just record that as a 1-hour video or 10 little 5-minute videos or whatever it is. And then the magic is you take that and then you just turn it into a book. And what you'll see is that when you see people like this that are really great at perceived authority, you see this? Do you think Russell Brunson actually wrote this book? And let me ask you, do you think anyone actually reads these books? So I've got this book, I got these bookshelves behind me. Do you think anybody reads any of these books? They don't, right? So you got to build, you know, this personal branding is about building perceived authority. And that's what I want you guys to see. Here, let me, now you're just seeing the whiteboard. Check this out. Oh, you're looking at the back of my head. Can you see the bald spot on the back of my head? Tell me yes. Yes, you can see my bald spot right here, right? So you can see that that's the camera we were just filming on. This is the microphone that's not being, the microphone's being used is actually this one. This is the one that's live. There's another TV here, which is not on. There's this TV, which I don't have on. And then that's the monitor, so I can see what is going on the main camera. Martians can see it. Reverse yarmulke. That's awesome. Okay, so what do you guys think about this exercise of building your personal brand? I want to hear your comments here. Do you think it's something you can do? Or maybe the question is, I don't know where to start, or I don't have any of this. If you don't have any of this, I would ask you go back 3 episodes to collecting positive mentions, to building your content library, yeah? Okay. Are you switching cameras using software or hardware? No, I'm using Zoom. Here, I'll show you. I also recorded an hour training for you guys on how I set up this whole thing. And it's being edited right now, if you're interested in that. Okay. Alexander, I definitely wouldn't have thought of this myself. So really grateful for the content. Thank you. Renee says, need to do this one video at a time. Side question, which company does your Blitz t-shirts? Oh yeah, I've made thousands of these t-shirts, and it's here, promote. By the way, I've literally bought thousands of t-shirts from, whether it's like Teespring or Crazy Tea or let's see if I can find it, the t-shirt guy. I'll drop it in the comments a little bit later. But I've got a guy who does printing for shirts, for the mugs, for like business cards and all that stuff, and he's super cheap and he's super good. Oh, yeah, you guys like the Blitzmetric sign, or you mean this? You mean this one? This is a wooden sign, or you mean this metal sign back here? Which one are you looking for? You like my yellow shorts? Normally you can't see that, right? Yeah, I have all this stuff printed. In fact, like you see like here, yeah, I'll show you a few of these things. See this? This is one that Vendasta gave me when we were at their conference in, where was it, Devin? This was like Calgary or something? No, it wasn't
Banff one.
It was Banff. Yeah, it was
Banff.
awesome. And then I have my Facebook mug. Where do you think I got this? I got it at Facebook's headquarters. Oh, and I got a ton of these. So I'd like to give these out at the workshops. And these are the ones that Facebook has. So when we teach digital, well, we haven't taught this in a while because of coronavirus, but these are ones we've ordered from Facebook. And we've ordered so much stuff that Facebook's actual supplier has been shipping us stuff instead, because the people that are in what is that room that at Facebook where they have all the swag that you can buy? Like, they're so sick of dentists coming over that they just said, you know what, you can just order it directly from our supplier. We'll just, because they don't want to cart all the boxes, because I'd literally come and they would have to use a dolly cart and wheel like 6 boxes of t-shirts and like a lot of the stuff back here, right? Yeah, in Menlo Park. Absolutely. Ha, Shelly's got, I want to get my grandma missions on a tee. Timothy says, clarify what you mean by no one reads those books. Okay, you see all those books back there? What percent, and by the way, I've read those books. I'm a weirdo. I've read 4,500 books. I was an introvert until I was, well, I'm still an introvert, but I was like hardcore introvert until I was early 30s. So I would just read 7-8 hours a day. The average person, I forgot the exact number, but it's something like 7 or 8% of people don't read past the first page in a book. So over 90% of people, when they buy a book, never read past the first page. Why is that? Like, you could Google it and see if it's true or not. You'll see that's true. Why is that? Oh, Rich reads 6 books a month. Heather says she's got a Blitzmetrics t-shirt, right? Why? Because people are motivated by the idea that they could learn how to build a website. Motivated by they could learn Spanish. You know, at one point we were spending over $1 million a day running ads for Rosetta Stone, because all these people, they aspired to learn Spanish. They actually did. It wasn't that they were pretending. They actually thought they could. But it turns out that because things were busy, because life happens, they just never got around to it. Does that resonate? Does that also resonate with you? Yes, let me know, right? It does, right? So why is that important? Because the business owners that you're serving, they also aspire to be able to grow their business. They also aspire to hire good employees. They aspire to have a good product or service. They aspire to get their marketing. They aspire to do these different things, but there's only 24 hours in a day. And thus, when you share with them the knowledge that you have, like this, they get excited. They're like, oh, wow, it's all right here, right? And it's got Virginia's name on it. And she looks so professional, right? With her black and white. And even if it's Ismail and I only see the top of his head, I want to see his face. Then what happens is they see this and they're like, well, I'd love to get Virginia to implement this for me. So your book or your webinar or your podcast or other things that your topic wheel, which is really your personal brand, which is really your content library, is how you're able to show them all this stuff. And if they want to do all of it based on the training, because we'll white label all this stuff to you or co-brand it, which is actually better, that once you show them this stuff, which is how, right? When we go from why to the how to the what, then they want to buy from you. But if you don't show them your knowledge, why would they want to buy from you? They need to know what you have to sell. They need to know that you're credible. They need to know that there's something there, right? Renee says yes on a co-brand. Rich says, I would love to co-brand with Blitzmetrics. I want to co-brand with you, Rich. Why is it important to co-brand? And why is it important to put your knowledge out there like this and publish it? You could put their face on a coffee mug. Not your face, your name. Put their face. Put their face on a pair of socks like we have at blitzgifts.com, right? $25. Their face on socks with a handwritten note, free design and free shipping, ships the next day. $25, 2 for $40. Isn't that awesome? And then you're putting money in Brennan Agronoff's pocket. He's got 100 moms that work for him in Portland, Oregon. Isn't that awesome? Because you're building them up. You're edifying them. That's how they're going to buy from you. Your personal brand is how you're constantly elevating. So this is, you guys recognize this logo? It's Italian guy. It's my buddy Massimo, who's the founder of Espresso, which is the top Facebook ad management software out there. And we've hung out in Milan multiple times, in San Francisco and what have you. He sold his company to Hootsuite 2.5 years ago. And so he's made a lot of money. So nobody's crying for him. But he gave me this mug when we were in Italy, because that's where his main offices are. And he's like self-conscious about his English, which is why he'll want to do webinars with me, which I think is funny because the guy knows so much about Facebook ads, yet he's just so shy about it. But I'll take this and I'll promote Massimo and about how awesome he is, right? Are you doing stuff like that? Are you promoting other people like that? He's in my topic wheel, right? Have him speak Italian. Yeah, well, there's not that many Italian Facebook advertisers. Edify, great word, says Dean. What do you mean, Dean? Explain that a little bit more. Chan says co-branding is a double-edged sword. What do you mean that it's a double-edged sword? If you're partnering with someone who isn't really as strong, or is it taking away from your brand? Dean says, do I sleep? People ask me that all the time. Not enough, that's the question. Co-branding is mutually beneficial. That's right. Jimmy says, add espresso. That's right. Josh says, expand my universe. Double trouble. Okay. So today's episode has been around personal branding. Your exercise is to go through the personal branding course. Look at my example, because we always teach from example. It's not someone else's opinion, even if they sound really good. You need to see that they've done it. If you're going to follow another chef's recipe, you need to say that they have made that dish. Not that just they can talk about that dish. I need to see that as a cook, if I'm going to follow someone else, that cook has actually done that as well, right? And I want you to map out your topic wheel with your 6 topics, the 3 people, and start to assemble items from your content library that you've scored by authority. If you don't know how to score by authority, go back 2 episodes. And then you are building your perceived authority, not just randomly, because the odds are up until this point in your life, you've met Ronald Reagan, or you have, edifies to hold up other people, or you interview Andrew Carson on his awesome beard and how he runs the community here. Doesn't matter, it's a 5-minute interview, right? I wish I had a beard like that. I get like a Fu Manchu, kind of, it doesn't look right. Or some people call me like the happy Buddha if I shave my head. I don't know. But just get your content in such a way that it's in the right structure. You've got to structure your personal brand. In the same way that, with a magnifying glass, you can burn an ant, you can start a fire because it takes the light and it concentrates it all the way down. You follow me on that? So that's what we're going to do with our personal brands. This is how we're going to drive sales together. And I want you to take a look at what I posted earlier this morning on how we can sell. I even made videos for you, giving you the exact script, saying, hey guys, I've got a snapshot report. And if you're a local business and you are wanting to maximize your digital marketing, but things are a little bit unsure, this analysis I'm going to do for you, which is only $97 or whatever price you want to put in there. I'm going to cover 6 areas, and here they are, and here's why they're important. And here's a printout, right? I actually make the videos for you. There's 14 videos. I make the videos for you. You could literally use the same words if you want. Just insert your lighthouse name, insert elements of your style, insert things that are more part of your topic wheel, right? You'll see all of it in the Facebook group. You'll see all of it in the Conquer Local Academy where you have all the lessons and stuff. All of it's being loaded up right now. Okay. Ling says, try blue hair one time. I could do blue hair. Here, you see this? By the way, if you want to spice up your webinar background, web, whatever thing, get one of these, go to Amazon and look for puck lights. These things are like 20 bucks, and I've got 6 of them, and I can turn them on. You see there's blue. Choose a color, red. Ooh, that's nice, right? By the way, when it's nighttime and it's dark, like these windows are so bright that it blocks out all whites out all the other stuff, but there's some super cool effects. Look, here's green. Here I can have it fade and go to these different things. There's all kinds of cool little things that you can do to try to spice up the production value, but you're only spending, 20 bucks on one of these things here. Yeah, it's a puck light, like a hockey puck. Oh, Virginia, you have one. Is it the same one? Yeah? Okay. I've bought like 3 or 4 of these. They're all kind of like the same thing. But, so what do you guys think about personal branding? Let's just open it up for a couple minutes. What do you think? Are you motivated? Do you see value in it? Do you feel that you can follow it? Are you intimidated because maybe I've shown you examples that you don't think you can follow? Does anyone feel that this is something that's too hard, that they don't know what to do, that they're not capable of doing it? Because if you're not capable of doing it, and if you're a little nervous, that's okay too. Yeah, I see Sally, a little nervous putting yourself out there. That's called imposter syndrome. The way you overcome imposter syndrome is competence creates confidence, meaning if you know what you're talking about. Not that you fake it till you make it. When you stay within your topic wheel, when you stay within your lighthouse, you're creating deeper and deeper competence. You're grooving expertise. That creates amazing confidence. Wes says, just sent you a LinkedIn video message. Awesome. I'm going to reply back to you, Wes, as soon as I have lunch. Capable, 40 years of business experience, says Dean. Shelly Jean, competence creates confidence. You can even make a 15-second video about that. You can pull out your phone. Hey, everybody, I want you guys to say that, right? This is how you overcome your fear of public speaking. I've taught hundreds of people how to do public speaking. And I want you guys, and by the way, next week, we're going to have so much fun because we're going to do our Zoom rooms and we're going to do polls. So that's going to give each of you guys a chance to speak. So I want you guys to be able to make a video and say, hey, are you afraid of public speaking? You're building your brand. All of you guys, it's competence that creates confidence. Isn't that right, Russell, with your OTB background? George Cartwright, Jeremy Duchaney, it's competence that creates confidence. The more repetition you have in your topic wheel, I want you guys to put that in the comments, that competence creates confidence. That's right. Even Than, I see you've been posting too. Doesn't matter whether English is your first language or not. Doesn't matter where you live. Competence creates confidence. You guys rock, right? There you go. Okay. Devin, Andrew, take it from here.
Great quote to end that week off. Confidence creates confidence. I see it popping up all over the place here on the side. That's awesome. I saw a lot of questions too on where to get all this stuff. And once again, we will be putting it up into the Academy over the weekend and early next week. So all the decks that Dennis was showing and those templates, those will be there with the episodes. There's more content being loaded in there now, so you just have to kind of scroll past the courses and you'll see all the think tank stuff, and you'll get taken care of. So if anyone has problems,
how about this?
Because
I think we have some good momentum. Sorry to interrupt you. So now this episode is officially over, but if you guys want, we can hang out for a bit and do some Q&A. What do you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, does that sound good for everybody? So don't feel like you have to stay. I won't be offended, right? We're all busy. We're all doing lots of stuff, but I want to engage with you. I want to do everything I can in my power to help you guys grow your agency. So at the end of these, if there's time, I always want to spend time, because usually a few people will be stuck, but for some reason they don't want to ask because they're afraid that they're going to look dumb, right? Or they just don't even know. And part of it's just like even be able to frame the question. They don't know exactly how to do that. So I'm happy to hang around and answer that. And I could, sometimes when you're stuck, this is what a mentor does. They give you just that one little piece of advice, and that's all you really needed to get over this thing that would have saved you like weeks and weeks of like messing around and wandering around in the dark and falling down, right? Okay, Victor says you can say, okay, so let's see some of your questions. Bill says, can you boost a LinkedIn post? Yes, you can. So what you're going to do is create a company page that's called Bill Griffith. On Facebook, we create a public figure page. You're going to do the same thing. So you're going to have 2 company pages on LinkedIn. You're going to have the name of your company, and then you're going to have your name, which looks like a LinkedIn profile, but it will be a company page, because only on pages can you boost and get analytics. You cannot boost a LinkedIn profile, so you got to copy it over. Victor says, how do you overcome fear to the camera? So Victor, I imagine you have a significant other. I imagine you have some other friends and families. Do you feel nervous when they come over? Do you feel nervous when you're hanging out with them, or maybe you're FaceTiming them? What you need to do with the camera is, instead of seeing that as a camera, see it as an eyeball of one person. See, the camera has that million-mile stare because it basically just looks at you and mocks you and is like, hey, idiot, you sound terrible, you suck, right? But just view it as one person, and it's a friend's eyeball, right, Ray? See, Ray's a happy, smiley guy, right? He's nodding, right? That's right. View it as you're just talking to Ray. Or your buddy Stephen Kelch. He's out walking with his wife, you know, walking across the lawn, coming out his front door. I saw your videos. You know, when you post stuff in there, I see it. I watch everything that occurs in our group. I'm like the eye of Zoran, seeing all your stuff. That's right, Dave Polson. I love that orange shirt. That is awesome. You should make more videos with that orange shirt. Mike Corso. Man, I see you in all the groups. What's that cool background you have there? It's like the earth or something. What equipment do you need? Okay, I made a couple videos on how you can, there's 3 stages. So the first stage is just this, your iPhone, right? Everyone here has a phone. I prefer the iPhone because I think it's better. And then you have something like this, maybe a mic, and maybe you have a light. Here, I'll show you. I inventory all the stuff that we have. I actually carry it with me. So I carry my mobile studio with me. So that way I can, for example, here, I always carry extra power. So here's the Anchor USB-C. I can recharge a MacBook Pro because you see it's got USB-C here and it's got the USB. I've got my ring light because often I'm in a poor light situation. It's got a rechargeable battery. This is the Quia one. I think it's 14 bucks, 17 bucks. It's got 3 levels of brightness, 1, 2, 3. Right? So if I'm in an area of poor light, I can go like this. You see how much better this lighting is? This lighting's so much better than like that. You see that? You see this versus this? So then if I'm making videos with my cell phone, I could be making a selfie video like this, but then I'm going like this. Or you see it's got a clip here. And here's the camera. I'm putting it inside here. So now I'm just making a video with this little ring light. Isn't that cool? Now you don't even have to worry. Now think about how many times you make a video where it's like bad lighting and you're doing something like this. Oh, Amy, you've got that. Christian, are you laughing because you have one of these? Oh, you have a baby. Oh, a baby is the best prop in your videos. It's like you win on the internet. Like it's like cheating. It's so good, right? Make videos with your baby. Awesome. So the first level is just using your phone. The second level is your laptop. And you can upgrade your webcam. By the way, if you have a MacBook Pro, and it's recent, last 2 or 3 years, that's what I'm using right now. You can see that I'm putting my fingers over it. You can tell it's a MacBook Pro. But you can also, if you don't have that, you can move to a webcam like this. You see this one? So now I'm using this thing as a sound, but now, can you see me? You can see how red my eyeballs are because I've not really had enough sleep. So this is the Logitech, I think it's called the 720, it's like 34 bucks, pretty cheap, right? So you can do that one. And now I've got a 2-camera production. And then the third camera, which is a DSLR, this one I'm shooting on a Sony, this is a Sony A7 R4 with a Sigma 14-24 lens. It's about $5,000, but you can see the difference in the quality even in low light. And I actually have 2 of these here. So if you can see, I got it on a tripod. In fact, you guys want to see the difference between actually...
Uh-oh, stumbled over a cord. You'll be back. Unplugged.
So classic. Yeah.
That's great. Mic drop. Yeah, that's right. And out of here. It's the weekend time. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. I know I saw some great community messages in here, people offering, to help out. Mike from Market Pie said if anyone's nervous, he's happy to, work with you one-on-one, it sounds like. So that's great to see. And there's a lot of that going on in the Facebook group as well.
How about some wins? Maybe we could have somebody share a win. It's always good doing Friday wins while Dennis is maybe joining back up. If we were to get one win, Bruce, you shared a win last week. Maybe somebody in the chat who has a good win to share. Who wants to share a win this week?
Oh, Dennis, you're back, but your audio's not working. We can see you, but we can't hear you. I'm not sure he can hear us. Hello.
Nice. We got a few new ones. Maybe April. April, do you want to share your win? Your 3 wins with us? See if I can find it. April, I'll unmute you. April, are you there?
I am here. How are you?
Awesome. I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Are
so
you?
I signed 3 new projects this week. So yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah. And one is a web project.
Testing. Oh, can you hear me now?
Okay.
We can.
Yeah, we got you, Dennis.
Yes.
April's
Give me a
just
thumbs
sharing.
Up. Yes. You guys
April's Oh, can you hear us?
no audio. Okay, good. So we're going to cover the snapshot.
I don't think you can hear us.
I'm going to show you how you can do 2 things. One is you can sell to local businesses. A lot of you guys, what is it, April? Happy? You're going like this.
Can you hear me?
You can hear us. Can you hear us?
Give me the wins. Always great here. Okay. You can hear me, right? Everyone's good? That's applause? Okay. I'm going to show you how to sell to local businesses. I can't tell you how many agencies. Oh, shoot. I can't hear you guys. All right. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to cheat and argue everything. I'm just going to go pure webcam. All right, here we go. Now, how about now?
Hello, hello.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yep. See, I'm not even.
Oh, awesome.
Now I'm
There
doing
we go.
live unplugged.
Oh, yeah. Dennis, April was just, while you're reconnecting, we asked for some wins. And so April, she signed 3 new clients this week. So she was telling us a little bit about the projects. Would it be all right if April maybe told us a little bit about those wins, and then, we'd love to hear more from you, Dennis, but I know April is pretty excited and we're excited for her.
April, yeah. Let's hear it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was saying that I signed 3 new clients. So one is a rebranding project, and a website client and an e-commerce gig. So he's taken his e-commerce store online, and we are excited to be able to help him get through that. He's a non-tech person, but now he's forced to have his business online. So the good thing for him is he's selling out his merchandise, but it's also manual. So I'm very happy to support these 3 new projects.
Way to go, April. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Are you using the Website Express in the Vendasta platform for that?
No, I actually just looked at Vendasta since we've been on the call. So I do need to look at the services there and see how I can use the platform.
Absolutely. You got to check it out. We have this local business online toolkit that you can deploy for local businesses. And one part of it is actually quick and easy website to set up that includes e-commerce. So it might work really well for you. We'll make sure to make the connection, and I'll point you in the right direction to learn more.
Please do.
See if it works there for you. But thanks for sharing those wins. Congratulations.
Thanks for
amazing. Congrats.
Awesome, April. So I'll just say one quick thing, and then let's take some more questions and hear some more wins. There's something I've not said this entire time, which some of you guys know, and maybe 70 or 80% of you guys don't know. And that is, you don't have to actually do the work of the digital marketing for these local businesses, because the Vendasta platform does it for you. That's our dirty little secret, right? Vendasta is the biggest secret you've never heard of, because you can then spend time working with the clients. I'll even give you the clients, so that part's already taken care of. But then the execution of the work, you can buy inside the Vendasta marketplace. You can use the Vendasta tools to get everything done. So you don't have to know how to build those websites. You don't have to know how to set up the tag manager. You don't have to do any of the digital marketing, except for being able to figure out the strategic plan for that customer and helping that business create their content. The one thing the Vendasta platform can't do, as far as I can tell, or anyone can do, or even you can do, is create that content. So if you can get that content, then everything else technical can be handled with the Vendasta platform. You don't have to buy like all these other tools. It's all handled for you. And then you come off as a big winner because then all the work's being done and you can represent this as your team and your platform and your system and your process and your book. And Vendasta is the white label, just like we're white labeling, co-branding all this here. That's our dirty secret. I didn't want to mention that in the beginning because then people are going to think that this is just some kind of sales presentation, right? And now you guys want to know what it is? So now is a great time to reach out and find out. And part of the reason that we did this intentionally was that I believe it's important for all of us to understand how to do it first. Because some people are just going to be, I don't want to call them lazy or opportunistic, but they just want to jump straight into, okay, I just want to go ahead and start selling it. And I don't want to, yes, that's great that you guys know how to do it. But I believe there's something important for all of us to actually go through the steps of digital marketing and understand it, even though we could use Vendasta to get it done for us, right? It's just like you could use a calculator, but initially you want to actually learn how to do addition and subtraction yourself the first time, because that gives you a better understanding. That helps you be able to talk to the client better because they can tell that you have knowledge. So as long as you understand it and you can do it the first time, then you can pass it off to the, like, for example, the Vendasta platform has reputation management, and they'll manage reviews and listings, and they'll monitor when people are saying good things and bad things about you. They make sure your information is accurate. Like, I believe that while you can just immediately sign up for those products, which are super cheap, it's like, what is listings management? Like $10 a month per location. You could just sign up for that right away. But I believe it's important for you to manually monitor, to manually post things on Facebook, to manually run some ads, to manually make some videos, to manually, like, and the first couple times, just so you kind of like understand what it is. And then you can start buying products on the platform. Would you guys agree? Oh, Renee says, you've been with them for a year. What's been your experience? Oh, Heather says, I got introduced to Vendasta in 2018. It was a game changer. It is. Josh sold 2 news deals for CNN News Source, 2 websites through Vendasta, and signed a marketing content partner at $5K a month. $5K a month, that's pretty good, huh? Even if you live in an expensive place, that's pretty good. And Steve says, I agree. I have a degree in web development, but I don't build websites. I sell them. Guess who built the analytics at Yahoo 20 years ago? Me. Do you think I'm actually building analytics anymore? No. I'm just leveraging someone else's platform. Called Vendasta. Chan says, just starting my agency, went through the Facebook training from this morning. I'm committed to create the videos. The offer I'll be promoting is plumbing. Awesome. We have a lot of dentists that want that. The offers for dentists, how do I get in front of them? You need a lighthouse. Like Glenn Vo, who's got 20,000 dentists. How much better is it, Chan, if you have the endorsement of someone that all the other dentists already trust versus you just hit up all these random dentists one at a time, giving out these 1-hour free calls? Which one's better? I can get you that introduction to thousands in whatever category you want to be. Rich says, signed up for Vendasta a couple weeks ago. It's been a huge game changer. Thank you, Rich. John says, outsourcing 2 sites to the team in India. Okay, Samba says, so if we start from 0, better not use Vendasta? Okay, so Samba, name a sport that you like to play. Everyone here, name a sport that you like to play. Golf, football, tennis, whatever it is. Soccer, golf, judo, football. Okay, so all of these, boxing, cricket. Okay, Brendan says basketball. So let's say that, Brendan, you're playing one-on-one with Steph Curry, okay? Whoever, right? And do you think he'll beat you? He'd probably kick your ass, huh?
For sure.
Right? Okay. But then you say, you know why he beat me, Brendan? It was because his shoes, his Under Armour Steph Curry shoes. Mm-hmm. And if I upgraded my shoes, then I could probably beat him, right?
Probably not.
Do you think if I played Tiger Woods in golf and I had the best, most modern Titleist clubs, right? The best golf clubs you could buy. And then he had some crappy thing from the Salvation Army for $5. We're just like 1 or 2 clubs. He just had a pitching wedge, no driver or anything. Do you think I could beat him?
No.
No, why not? I've got the best tools.
Tiger's been playing before he knew how to eat on his own.
Okay. So when you hear people talk, you remember Mars Blackman for Nike, where it's like, it's the shoes, right? Air Jordan. You guys remember all those commercials?
Commercials.
Yeah, where Michael Jordan was like doing all these amazing like slow motion dunks and all that. Come fly with me. You guys remember that?
Yep.
And it was trying to convey Jordan's brand over to Nike, which became the largest personal brand franchise in sports history. Never before has anyone done a personnel, like a shoe deal around one person before. You can read all about it in Shoe Dog and Nike's history and all that, Just Do It, which is a great book.
Yep.
And by Phil Katz, I think, one of my favorite books. But what it tells you is that it's not that the tool doesn't matter, but even if you have the best tool, if you don't have that expertise, it doesn't matter, right? So I just bought a set of fancy knives because, you're in the kitchen, right? Are you guys spending more time in the kitchen cooking? And I cut myself because I didn't, I was like I was talking to someone and I was chopping onions, and you can see like there's still a little bit of a scar right here on the side of my finger. I cut myself, right? Is it because the knives suck? I bought fancy knives. They were expensive. They're like $200 a piece. Was it because of the knives?
Oh, no. You weren't paying attention.
That's right. It's because I didn't have the skills.
Mm-hmm.
So what we've been doing is this week number 13 or 14? Which week is this now?
14, I think. Yeah.
14? Yeah.
Intro week. Yeah.
14. Thank you, David. What we've been doing is building the fundamentals. And a lot of folks, they want to jump straight into selling. And sometimes you just need to because you need to make money right now. And you sort of have to, emergency room your way past there, like, whatever. But because that's reality sometimes. But what we've been doing is building the fundamentals so that when you talk to the client, you're not only going to close the deal. Closing the deal is easy. It is making sure that you're able to take care of the client and they continue to be your client for years to come. You see, it's like being a surgeon in the emergency room. All these patients are coming in because they need help and they don't know any better, and they're trusting that the doctor is competent. So they'll buy from you. But what we don't want to do is kill the patient. So we say treatment before diagnosis is malpractice. So we're showing you how to diagnose, not how to sell. There's no salespeople in the emergency room. You follow me? When people come into the emergency room, do you see a whole bunch of salespeople? Do you think the hospital is going to increase their revenue by hiring more salespeople in the emergency room? Why not? Why aren't there salespeople in the emergency room?
Because their job is to, help people overcome whatever they're going through rather than sell them something.
So that's right, Brendan. And so what the doctors and nurses are doing, they're not selling, they're diagnosing. So you're going to put on your lab coat. See here? I'm putting on my lab coat. I got my stethoscope and all this because I want you guys to be doctors. You see here? See Dr. Dennis, right? And I want you to be able to learn how to diagnose. I want to be able to take their heart rate and take their blood pressure and take their, x-rays. I want you to learn how to do this. And thus when people come to you as the doctor, can you imagine the doctor saying, hey, Brendan, if you buy my heart surgery by today at 5 p.m., I'll give you half off. What do you say? Great deal, huh?
Yeah, it's a great deal. But I'd be more concerned if you could do the job.
Okay. So are we, all of us as agencies, we need to drive more sales and leads, of course. Now you see the difference. Most people that are doing selling to these local businesses, selling marketing services, print, whatever they're selling, they're acting more like used car salespeople than they are professionals. So you're in our Conquer Local Academy. You are a professional. You're learning how to use the tools. Vendasta is a tool. It's not magic. Vendasta is a tool, but the tool with the right training is the key here. So we've been doing the training and now we're starting to incorporate the tools, but the risk is what happens if, people are coming to our class and, it's like how to drive a forklift or like how to use knives or heavy machinery. And before training them at all, we just say, you know, just go ahead and try playing with this machinery. It might cut your fingers off. Before giving them any kind of training. Don't you think it's important? Let's say you're teaching people how to use skydiving equipment, you know, like parachutes. And you're like, you know what, just jump out of the plane. You can just, you know, figure it out on the way down. Or is it important maybe to have a little training before you start using the tool? Before you cut your fingers off, right? Like me, I almost cut my finger off. Look at that, right? We're digital marketing practitioners, says John. Yeah, says Rich, this course paired with a snapshot report is success. So we're going to start talking about how to use the tools because now we have a common vocabulary. Isn't that right, Shelly Jean? And Mike says, great social media can only be done hands-on. That's right. Mike Market Pie, there you are. I'm making a big play. I'd like your opinion. All right. MDS career coach, Roger. Thank you guys so much. This is extremely helpful. I'm glad you guys are here. Man, almost everyone has stayed on here. We are 40 minutes past our time. Wow. That means so much to me. That means that you guys care, right? And I am very honored to be working with you guys. Hey, what other questions do you have? I want to make sure everyone here is walking away with value. Is anyone here still confused or they feel like they didn't get, like, type in value if you felt that you got value here today. Okay, good. If you didn't get value, go ahead and say it. I won't be offended, and we'll help you out right now. Whoever didn't get value, I want to know you didn't get value, and I will help you out right now. Okay. Yeah, and you can keep asking questions. We're always training. You know, the minute you stop training, you're dying. You're in retirement. Never retire. You know, I retired 15 years ago when I made some money from Yahoo. I was an early employee. You ever pay $1 million in taxes? That hurts. But you know, if you pay $1 million in taxes, that means you made a few $1 million. So it's actually okay. Steve needs to ask a question. Ismail says, I confused in my ambassador topics. Should I translate it? Why don't you map out, take a picture of what you sketched out, post it in the Facebook group, and we'll all take a look at it, right? We're all here to help each other. None of us are competitors, okay? Even if a few of us are serving dentists, it's totally okay. John's question, topic wheel question, do we include our lighthouse client on the people of authority in our topic wheel? Of course you do, because that's what Inception is. Because what you're doing is you're elevating their expertise and their success, not as a testimonial, which is a one-sided thing, but you're interviewing them just like in a podcast kind of way. It's absolutely true. It's fantastic. Dean says, all the tasks I need to hire VAs in the Philippines, where can I go? That is one of the episodes we had 10 weeks ago. So you'll see it in the list of episodes. How do you determine pricing? That is what we're covering next week in a bit more detail. Bruce says, and by the way, you want to have a package. Don't negotiate every single one of them. That's how you get into trouble. Believe me, those of you guys who have more than 10 or 15 clients, you know that's the case, because then you can't scale it because every one of them's custom. I've coached thousands of agencies. April's nodding her head. You know that's true. Bruce says, I know that 7-figure payout shows up on your tax returns. Yeah, well, I didn't get any of that $1,200 whatever money. You know that money that all these other people are getting? I didn't get any of it. What's going on with that, right? Or maybe, you know, in the US, I don't know, do you guys get your money, that $1,200 money? Stimulus money? No? Amy says, how do we find an authority on a personal topic? The beach is my happy place. Well, who else? Look at Karen Sutherland. Karen Sutherland. Look, Amy. Karen Sutherland has, every day she takes a picture of a sunset. Isn't this beautiful? Look, every day it's another sunset. And it's Dr. Karen Sutherland, and she's a good friend of mine. She teaches at USC, and she has 200 students that have started their digital marketing agencies while they're still in school. They've adopted local businesses. And if you follow Dr. Karen Sutherland on Facebook and LinkedIn, you'll see that she and I have spent a lot of time together and made a lot of videos. So you might ask her, maybe she'll be willing to be in your topic wheel. Oh, I have a good network and I'm happy to share it. So, you know, when I share my network, do you think it hurts me? Is it like a bank account where I give you money? With networking, when you
when you build strong network connections, when you give, it actually adds more power back. Isn't that weird? It doesn't, like with cash, when you give it away, you lose some because it's a withdrawal. But when you give away power on your network, it actually builds your network. It's like exercising your muscles under stress. It builds it. If you don't exercise your muscles, then they atrophy. Samba says, where do you start when you really start from zero? Create a website? No, please, do not do that. That's the number one mistake. Yeah, that's right, April. See, she's like agreeing with me. Do not do that. That is not how. You want to start by making the content first, then distribute that on Google and Facebook and all that, right? Oh, by the way, if you don't have this in video view in gallery mode, go to the top right and click on that little tic-tac-toe thing so we can see everyone's faces together. Rich says, how do we work with Blitz Metrics in the future to offer superb value to our clients? If you're on the Vendasta platform as a paying customer, you're already getting support from us. And you'll see that Andrew and I are launching some coaching, group coaching, which is in addition to the weekly webinars. And then we have private support as well, which is at teamblitznation.com, where we have 3 different levels. But I would start with all the things you're getting for free. And then if you need the other stuff, if you're like Brendan knows that I've been helping him with his videos, right? And that's how he's becoming a pro. Sometimes you just need someone else to kind of give you guidance because, to see beyond yourself.
I would add as well, for people interested in the tools, if you've signed up to the Conquer Local Academy for free, the nice little secret is you also have a free Vendasta account. So it's the same world. It just looks a little bit different. So if you go to vendasta.com, you can log in with the same information and you'll have it all there. If you wanted to hear more, because I'm seeing some of those comments in there, you're definitely welcome to go to vendasta.com/get started today. I'll just put that link in the comments there and we'll get you taken care of. But you guys are definitely welcome to hang out. I got to hop off, Dennis. It's been a pleasure. You are so generous with your time, and the topic wheel is one of my absolute favorite topics to cover. So I was really happy to hear more of it today. And you are the ultimate Vendasta hype man. So we thank you very much. And thank you to all the partners who were hopping in and saying nice things too. That's, makes me feel warm and fuzzy. So anyhow, have a good weekend, everybody, but enjoy the rest of the time.
Thank you, guys. It's good seeing everybody.